Currently we have three options for our Hydra wallet. We have the newly released Chrome extension, which works a lot like MetaMask. We have the Hydra web wallet, and we have the desktop wallet. The desktop wallet is the only one you're able to stake in. It can be installed on all these devices, but it's the only one that's going to allow you to create your own node and stake. However, I do recommend that you use either the Chrome extension or the web wallet to create your first wallet and then import that into the desktop wallet, and I'll explain why in a little bit. So let's go through each one of these and I'll show you how to install and get started. For the Chrome extension, you just need to go to the chrome.google.com web store and search for the Hydra wallet, and then you just click on that link to install it, and you want to click on this add to Chrome and click on add extension. It downloads it and it's adding it. And it gives us a little message about how the extension will be used. If you have MetaMask installed, you'll see it. You'll still see your MetaMask icon like this. You just need to click on this little extension icon beside of it, and then click on your Hydra wallet to make it your default. So you'll see the little Hydra icon there. So that gives us a Hydra wallet, and it's wanting us to create a password for this wallet. So just create your strong password and then click login. And it's asking us to give our wallet a name, or we can import a wallet if we already have one. We also have the option for mainnet and testnet. Now, I'm going to switch mine to the testnet so that I can show you how to create your wallet, but you're going to want to do it in the mainnet, so just leave it mainnet. Or if you want to play around with it until you're comfortable before you start messing around with the mainnet, you can't put your Hydra tokens in the testnet, but you can play with it around with it all you want, and there's actually a place where you can go get some fake Hydra tokens from the faucet and use that to play with transferring tokens and make yourself a little more comfortable so you don't feel like you're potentially going to lose your real tokens or coins. This is not a token, it's a coin. Hydra is a coin. So I'm just going to give this a name. I'm just going to call it test, and we just hit create wallet. Now this wallet is going to create or give us a 12-word seed phrase. It's going to want us to copy that somewhere or write it down. I'm just going to copy it over to a notepad. You probably don't want to keep it somewhere, you know, on your computer. You want to write it down, keep it somewhere safe. But temporarily you can put it in here, and it also wants a password for the seed phrase. You can make it the same as your wallet login, or you can make it something different. It's totally up to you, but if you forget this, you're not going to be able to access your wallet. So you want to make sure you make it a strong password, but you also want to make it something that you can remember, or make sure you write it down somewhere and keep it safe, because there is no password recovery. If you lose it, you're just out. So I put in a password and I've clicked on, I wrote it down, and then we get our wallet address and for test. and we can send and receive. We've got we can expand it and see our transactions and our tokens. Now, lock trip, and soon we will have the Go Meet token. These all go to the same address. So we'll go over in another video how to add a token, but you would do that here. So if you have some lock trip and you want to see that in your wallet, you would have to add that contract address here. So you want to add that token. But we'll go over that in another video. So we have our wallet, we have our address. You might want to copy this and save it somewhere. And you want to make sure I memorized the last 4 digits on mine. Of course, it's just on a test net, so that I can find my address quickly in the Explorer and make sure that I'm in the right one. And you can actually create multiple addresses in here. The only way I've figured out how to do that is to switch between mainnet and testnet, and then it will give you the option to create a new wallet. So you could actually create a new one, and then you'll have a drop down here of the different ones. Another thing is you can set in your settings, you can set the session logout interval. You can set it to never log out after 1 minute, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, 2 hours, 12 hours. Noticed that I was still logged in, so I didn't have to, when I switched from testnet to mainnet and then switch back to testnet, it's wanting me to log in. I can click on the login, but it doesn't ask me for the password because I haven't timed out yet. That's really all there is to the Chrome extension. You can send and receive. You just give it the address you want to send to. Of course, we don't have any tokens in here. Same with receive. So let's take a look at the web wallet. The web wallet is essentially the same as the extension. We have a few different options here, but for the most part it's very, very similar. It uses the mnemonic 12-word phrase. Here, when we generate a new wallet, we can click on create new wallet, and it's going to ask us for a password. Let me cancel that because I want to be in testnet first, so I'm going to go to settings. I'm going to switch from mainnet to testnet, and I'm going to confirm. Now you're going to want to do everything in the mainnet unless you want to play around like I am. So you can generate a wallet without any mnemonics. You're just going to generate a wallet and create a password. And confirm it. And it's going to download a file, and it gives us our wallet address and our balance, blah blah blah, and our private key. So we can click on this little icon here to reveal our private key. Now on the mainnet, you don't want to give this private key to anybody. I mean, it's like giving them the key to your Lamborghini. They can just hop in and take off, and they have access to everything. This private key, there's no password. They don't have to do any kind of thumbprint or anything like that. They basically have your assets and can take them if they have this private key. So don't give it to anyone. I don't recommend storing it on your computer. If you want to write it down and store that someplace safe, that's a good option. Just make sure that you have it written down. If you want to copy it, print it out so that you know there's no mistakes. That's probably the best option. This is your last defense for losing your information to access your wallet. If you have this, you can always get in, even if you forget the password, even if you forget the mnemonics, it doesn't matter. As long as you have this private key, you can always get back to your wallet. So I highly recommend having this stored somewhere, preferably not on the computer where a hacker can find it, but that's totally up to you. To restore our wallet from this first method up here, generate new wallet, when we did that, it created a key file, so we would just need to use that key file that we downloaded and click on this restore from key file, click on this upload key file button, select the key file that was downloaded, enter the password, and our wallet is restored. And we can see from the last 4 digits of our address to make sure that it's the correct wallet. You can also create a wallet from mnemonic, and this is probably the method that I would recommend the most, because this gives you the most number of ways of accessing your wallet. So you have your mnemonic phrase. It's going to ask you for a password for that mnemonic phrase, and it's going to give us these 12 words, and it's going to want us to remember those, and it's going to check us to make sure that we've written them down. It's going to want us to enter them again, so write them down. Now, I've tried copying and pasting these to text editor, and it puts them all together as one word, so you can try that. You just need to remember to add the spaces so that you know what words. It's all one great big long phrase, so you need to remember to add the spaces so you know what the words are. Okay, so I think I have all those, so I'm going to check it. It's going to want us to enter the password that we entered again. And it's going to want us to enter all those words again. And you can use tab to go to the different fields. And then we click on confirm, and it's going to check it against what it gave us and give us a wallet address. So now we have an address. We can copy and store that somewhere. Now this is kind of public information to a certain extent, so you don't have to worry too much about sharing this. I mean, this is your address. Now, like I explained before, we can expose our private key, and of course I'm on the test net, so I don't care to show it to you because this is just a test wallet. So this private key, like I said before, you don't want to share this with anyone. I don't care if it's an admin with a Hydra group. Don't give it to them if they claim to be an admin, because you don't know for sure. Don't give it to anyone. Zero. Nobody. And we can dump a key file once we're in. I recommend creating a key file. It's going to ask us for a password for that key file. So it's basically writing our private key out to an encrypted text file with a password. So as long as you have this password, you can import that private key file and get your wallet restored back. And we click this button and it downloads a text file. We can take a look at this text file and we see that it's a big long encrypted phrase. Okay, so that's really the options there for those two web style wallets. You know, we have the Chrome extension and we have the web wallet. This one will work with, I believe, any browser. Yeah. The other one only works with Chrome as an extension, and we can restore from the private key. So if we have this private key, we can restore from that. We can restore from a key file, and we can restore from the mnemonic. So that gives us 3 different ways of accessing our wallet. Now, when we create a wallet on the desktop, we only have really the one way, and that's from the private key file. So this gives us more access options to our wallet. If we created our wallet using the mnemonic method, we can restore it by using this restore from mnemonic. It's going to be the same process we went through to confirm that we had written down that 12-word phrase. The last method is to just restore from private key. So if we have this private key, reload the web wallet, takes me back, restore from private key, paste that in there and confirm. And as you can see, I didn't have to enter a password or anything, and it takes me back into that same wallet. So be very careful with the private keys. Alright, let's take a look at the desktop wallet, also known as the staking wallet because it's the only one we're able to do staking in. This wallet can be installed on multiple different devices. We can install it on a Windows machine, Linux, Mac, Raspberry Pi. I'm going to go through the process of installing it on a Windows computer, and I have a 64-bit system, so I'm going to download the 64-bit version, but if you're running 32-bit, you would download the 32-bit version. The guide for both is the same here, and it's a very short guide, but you can take a look at it. It's essentially just download and install. So I'll click on the download. We see it going through the download process here. It's going to verify it, and now it's ready, so I'm just going to click on it. It's going to give me this unprotected notice, and you just click on the more info and run anyway, and you're probably going to see a user account control stating that it's an unknown publisher. Just click yes. Then you should see the Hydra installation wizard, so we'll just click next. You can change the folder that it's installed in. I'm just going to leave it default and click next. You can also choose the start menu folder. I'm just going to leave it as Hydra and click install. And once it's complete, I click next, and I'm going to go ahead and run it. Click finish. You'll see it starting up here, loading the wallet, done loading. So then you're going to see this syncing with headers, and this is going to probably take a half an hour or more, but essentially we have our wallet. So we can hide this and take a look around. So we have our wallet. We don't have any assets in it. It's telling us that it's catching up. It's got 320 blocks to go to catch up. This icon over here, if you mouse over it, tells us we have 5 active connections right now. It tells us that we are not staking because the wallet is syncing, and HD key generation is enabled. So the first thing you're going to want to do is wait for it to sync, but you're also going to want to go to settings and encrypt the wallet. And that is basically giving it a password. So I'll just type in a password here and then click OK. If you can click the show passwords to see your password that you entered to make sure they're the same. And it gives us a warning here: if you encrypt the wallet and lose your passphrase, you will lose all of your Hydra. Are you sure you wish to encrypt your wallet? And you want to make sure you remember the password, because there's no password recovery. If you forget it, you're just going to lose all your assets. So we'll click yes. And it should restart the wallet. And it's going to say the Hydra will close to finish the encryption process. Remember that encrypting your wallet cannot fully protect your Hydra from being stolen by malware infecting your computer. Important to make backups, which we're going to go over. So it's shutting it down. Notice I didn't wait for it to complete the sync. You don't have to. And it should boot back up on its own. If it doesn't, you can just go to the start menu and go to your Hydra folder and click on the Hydra mainnet. And it doesn't look like mine's going to restart, so I'm going to restart it manually. So our wallet is back up, and we notice this icon has changed, and we now have a lock icon, and we see the wallet is encrypted and currently locked. So the next thing you want to do is go to File and Backup Wallet. And this is backing it up in an encrypted state, so that it means that you have to have that passphrase even with this backup to recover it. So it's just going to want us to save that wallet.dat file, and you can call it anything you want. So now we have a backup of our wallet. We can go ahead and transfer assets now if we want to, but we won't be able to stake until it finishes syncing. So we have 8 active connections now, and that's all there is to setting up our desktop wallet. If we click on Receive, we can see our address here. This is our address. We would want to send our Hydra or lock trip or any other Hydra chain token to this same address. They all go to that same address. Now, because we created our wallet in one of the 2 web wallets, either the web wallet or the extension wallet, we need to import that into our desktop wallet. So we want to go to the Help Information window. We want to go to this Console tab. We want to go down here and type import, and then click on import private key space, and then I'm going to paste the private key from the wallet we created earlier and click enter, and it's going to start doing this little scan. So it's rescanning the wallet, and that could take a little bit of time. When it's complete, we'll get a null message, and that means everything worked properly. So we can close this window. We can go to our Receive and click on change this default address, and now we see a list of addresses that are in this wallet, and we can find the one that we created, which I believe was this UV7D. Click on choose, and now our default address is going to be this UV7D. There are so many things to cover in this wallet that I'm going to cover them in another video to reduce the length of this one. This is our staking wallet, so this is the only one we can stake the Hydra in. So I'll cover that, all the different options of this wallet in the staking video. Look for that soon. Look for the video on staking Hydra on this wallet soon. I will cover all the other aspects of this wallet in a Hydra staking wallet video. So look for that to come out soon.